name is Aji, and in my last video we discussed whether Fortnite needed a ranked mode. However, if you watched all the way through, you'll see that Epic confirmed their stance on the subject, stating that they'll be persevering with their pop-up cup system in the meantime, claiming that this is an evolution of the ranked system. In this video, I'll be discussing why I believe this to be a huge mistake, and how, if incorporated properly, a proper ranked mode could be the best new addition we've come to see in Fortnite, by giving my own suggestions about how one could work. So why am I so against the pop-up cups being Fortnite's primary rank system? Well, there's quite a few reasons. Firstly, they have a set window where you can play them in. This means that if you're busy during this period, or you have a life, then suddenly you've missed out completely and will have to wait up to a week for the next session. Also, by having a set window, it means that if you start late, due to you always starting on 0 points, you'll be coming up against players who aren't very good, which makes the cups pointless if you're trying to improve. Also, with them lasting 5 hours, it means that if you're wanting to beat your score and progress, you're going to have to put in so many hours each time. Playing any game for 5 hours is difficult, especially when in a competitive environment. This would not be the case in a ranked mode, as they don't reset. The fact that the pop-up cups reset is a major issue, as it means that the sense of progression is limited, with there being little reward for doing well. Imagine this happening in other games like FIFA, where you'd grind for 5 hours and then have to start all over again. A system like this would never fly in any other game. It's ridiculous. But then we have my major issue with the format, which is that there's simply no incentive for me to play. There are no rewards, and no tiers to aim for to show your progression. I played 2 of them, and they were fun, but I've had no motivation to play them since, which is a shame considering I'm desperate for a competitive format. The only benefit is that there is a concentrated amount of players, as everyone is playing at the same time. However, if you get a good amount of points, the queue times are still long, which I believe is because not many people are interested in taking part in the cups. People would rather play pubs, myself included. Pop-up cups can be fun, and I wouldn't suggest removing them entirely. In fact, I think they're fine when it comes to qualifying for tournaments. Okay, so I've been pretty clear on why I don't think the pop-up cups are the answer, but how could a ranked mode work? Well, after researching how ranked systems work in H1Z1, Counter-Strike, League of Legends, Overwatch, and other games, I think I found a format that has a lot of potential to work, with a bit of tinkering of course. So let's get into it. So as anyone who has played a ranked mode will know, it's vital that the game has a fun and appropriate tier system. So I think a 7-tier system would work. From the bottom rank to the highest, it could go Bronze, Silver, Gold, Platinum, Diamond, Master, and then finally, Grandmaster, with each tier having 3 or 4 divisions, apart from Grandmaster. Getting up to Master's rank would be an amazing feat, however reaching Grandmaster would be another level, and would only be rewarded to the top 250 players in each region. However, what would make reaching Grandmaster different to other games is that it would only be awarded at the end of the season, rather than straight away. So it's about who ends the season at Grandmaster, meaning there would be a lot of build-up to see who makes it, and would really hype it up. But what would make this tier system especially exciting is that each time you hit a new tier, such as going from Bronze to Silver, you could receive a new skin, with each division rewarding you with an extra style for the skin. By giving skins as rewards, it would give people an extra reason to grind ranked. Even if you're not a great player, most players will know that they can get at least Bronze and Silver, so that's 2 skins already. I released a poll to find out what players thought of this, and people responded overwhelmingly positive, so I think that says a lot. Maybe a skin per tier wouldn't be realistic, but one great skin with different styles per tier could work as well, but that'd be up to Epic. If Fortnite were to eventually introduce a ranked mode, or at least progress their pop-up cup system, I think it's inevitable that each season of ranked would reset after each season of the game, which may be frustrating to some, seeing as they only last 10 weeks, but part of the fun could be grinding to see how high you can get each season. Also, it would make sense for your last season's performance to help determine where you start in the next season. So for example, if you hit Diamond 2, you'd then start in Gold 3 the next season. So we've gone through the tier system, and it's now important to look at how the format could work. I think a good idea would be to give everyone 10 provisional games to help determine which rank they start at. Obviously, the better you perform, the higher the tier you start in. Once you've been placed into a tier, whether you maintain your tier, get promoted or demoted, is based on how you've performed in your 10 previous games in that division. So you'd be awarded points per game, and how many you accumulated in your 10 previous games will dictate what happens to you. The points total needed would need to be looked into further, but let's say under 10 points would get you demoted, between 10 and 24 would make you maintain your division, and 25 plus would get you promoted. So hypothetically, let's say I play 10 games, and it goes like this, meaning I've accumulated 17 points over the games. Therefore, I would maintain my division. However, let's say I played another game, and I got a 10-point game. I would then have hit 25 points in my last 10 games. Remember that game 1 from before where I got 2 points wouldn't count anymore, as that was 11 games ago. So by reaching 25 points in my last 10 games, I would automatically rank up to a high division, and the process would continue, starting with a new set of 10 games. I really like this concept, as it would make every game important, but also means that a couple bad games doesn't completely screw you. It would also make it so spamming games doesn't make a difference to whether you get a high tier or not, as it's your consistency and skill that determines your rank, rather than purely how many games you've played. Due to seasons being so short, it's important that it isn't a massive slog to rank up, which is why a 10-game run is an adequate number to determine whether players deserve to rank up or not. Obviously the numbers I've given for promotion, demotion and maintaining a rank would need tweaking if put in the game, but they give a general idea of how it could work. But how do you get points? Well, having looked at previous scoring systems in Fortnite, PUBG and H1Z1, I came up with this. Each kill rewards players with 1 point, and reaching top 25 gets you 1 point, top 10 gets you another point, top 5 gets you another 2 points, and the Victory Royale gives you an extra 3 points. Therefore, 7 points would be available from placement only, but it's also important to incentivise getting kills, as this is a majorly fun and exciting element of the game for many people. I strongly believe that every kill should be worth something, and there shouldn't be a cap on points for kills, as this would promote camping too much. Also, in ranked, 50 health or shield for kills, as well as materials, is important, to boost the skill gap and reduce the impact of loot RNG on the game. I'm still unsure if a material cap of 500 per materials is necessary, but a 700 wood, 500 brick and 300 metal limit, used in addition with a 50% farm rate, could work very well. For Fortnite Ranked to work, Epic will have to make sure that the matchmaking system is on point. In solos, you should only play against players within 1 division of you. So if you're Diamond 2, you could face Diamond 1 or Diamond 3 players. However, if matchmaking is taking longer than 2 to 3 minutes, then putting players within 2 divisions of you could work, so 1 or 2 above or lower. Only putting you against players within 2 divisions of you might seem small. However, Fortnite has such a huge player base, and there are so many wanting to play ranked, that there shouldn't be an issue getting games. It may be more difficult to get games late at night, but if players are given an ETA, then people will know whether it's worth waiting or not. Duos could be similar, except if your duo partner is a friend, then they would have to be within 2 divisions of you, to stop playing with better players who will just carry you through the ranks. Not everyone will be able to play with a friend, so there should be options to play with people you don't know. If you're doing duo fill, then you could be randomly assigned a partner who is within 2 divisions of you. It would be very helpful if there was a setting where you could choose if your partner needs a mic or not, and what language they speak. Otherwise, getting a partner you could work with well would be even more unpredictable, and could harm your rank. Again, if there was a squads or trios playlist, then it would need to work similar to duos. With there being 3 different ranked playlists, it may be necessary to have time windows when you can play each, like they do in the pop-up cups with solos, duos and squads, happening on a rotating schedule. This wouldn't be ideal, but if matchmaking was a major issue, then it could be necessary. Although that would be something Epic would have to test, as nobody knows how it would work until it happens. So although I do believe everyone should be able to play ranked, I could see Epic hiding it through some form of paywall, especially if there were a lot of skins available to get from playing it. Therefore, I think a good way of sorting this issue is by allowing players who buy the Battle Pass each season to play it. This may seem unfair to some, but we already get a lot of free V-Bucks each season with the Battle Pass, meaning a one-time purchase of a Battle Pass is actually enough to secure you enough V-Bucks for infinite Battle Passes. Once again, I made a poll on the subject, and most were willing to have the ranked mode accessible via some form of payment, although understandably, a lot believed ranked should be free for everyone, because who doesn't want free stuff? However, by making players have to buy the Battle Pass, it would help prevent smurfing, which is when players make brand new accounts so they can play ranked modes at lower ranks, and get easy kills, which makes for a less enjoyable experience for players at these ranks. So for ranked to be a real success, I think it's important that we get more detailed statistics, so we know exactly how we've performed. I'd even love a breakdown of which spots you typically land, or how many kills you've gotten with each gun. Not only that, but a ranked mode would need regional and global leaderboards, so we could see how the top players rank and see our own position in the world. This would be particularly helpful for seeing how the race for Grandmaster is going, and who's likely to reach it. Although I would clearly prefer something like I've suggested, I do have faith that they'll make improvements to the current system to make them more fun and satisfying to play. Fortnite is constantly evolving, and so will the pop-up cups. I guess we'll find out more as the months go by. So, what do you think about my suggestions? Do you play pop-up cups? Let me know in the comments down below. As always, thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe for more. And I'll see you next time for another video. Goodbye.